Welcome back to another episode of Pan's Picks, where I pick a team's week-by-week games and predict the probability of them winning. With me, as always, is Bill, my neighbor? Is that right?
I suppose.
Okay. Who we got, Bill?
Today we have the Atlanta Falcons. Last year, 7-10, third in the NFC South. It's going to be a different look for Dirty Bird fans as Marcus Mariota takes over the helm. With Patterson and Pitts, will this season be the same for Falcons fans, or are we going to see a little bit of a change?
All right. Cool. Let's bring up the schedule. There it is. Week 1, New Orleans. Now, I didn't think about this earlier, but with Marcus Mariota as their quarterback, I kind of love that. Marcus Mariota, Jameis Winston return, same division. 1-2, 2015. Both of them have been very, very okay. It's kind of a funny rematch. So for the first one, New Orleans, I think New Orleans is the superior team. This is in Atlanta, but I don't think New Orleans is that much superior to Atlanta. I'm going to give them a 25% chance of winning here against New Orleans. I'm going to give them a 0% chance of going into LA and winning. I don't think Falcons can do it at all. So let's just move on to week 3. Week number 3, 50-50 shot at Seattle. And Billy's giving it a hot pick. What makes this a hot pick, Bill?
So week 3 at Seattle. Seattle has a lot of question marks going into this year. It's going to be Marcus Mariota versus Geno Smith, talking about QB matchups. Right now, Atlanta is getting 3.5. I say that they can definitely just win the money line there. But I'll take the extra points just in case.
All right. So you think... So they're giving Atlanta 3.5?
Yep.
And you think Atlanta's still is gonna cover, or...
Atlanta's getting a 3.5 point boost. So
I see. Okay.
Yeah, I think they could win straight up. You can take the money line and get a little extra return on that investment. So I don't know why I would sit at 3.5.
No,
both teams are not that good.
Well, I think it's just a home field advantage thing is what my guess would be. It's usually 3 points about. But at Seattle, I give it a 50-50. But I think I would also take the Seahawks or the Falcons over the Seahawks. I think I agree with you on that one. Big thing is I think you go Mariota over Geno Smith, right?
Absolutely.
Here we go. Number 4, week 4, hosting Cleveland. Watson will not be in this game, correct? So I'll give him a 50. Oh man, I'm leaning more. I'll give him a 50. Definitely picking Cleveland in this win. But once again, Mariota over Brissett. I don't know. Maybe. What do you think?
Yeah, I like Brissett personally.
Yeah,
I think that the Browns have a little bit more of a cohesive team. I think that I had this one at 0.25. I think that Cleveland easily could win this,
even without Watson.
Without Watson.
All right. I guess I'm being a homer with the Falcons today. I am in the stadium, by the way. It looks beautiful, right? Week 5 at Tampa Bay. 0. Sorry, I know. Maybe it's a division game. 0. New coach in Tampa Bay, doesn't matter. 0. Now hosting San Francisco. 0.25. Cross-country trips are hard, San Francisco might be kind of in a toss-up with Garoppolo and Trey Lance. So we'll stick with a 0.2. It's 25%. At Cincinnati, 0. I don't think that Atlanta has a chance even possibly beating Cincinnati at home. And then Carolina. Hosting Carolina. 50-50. I think I'll take Carolina. I think I like Mayfield more than Mariota. I think I like Carolina's defense more than Atlanta's. But this is in Atlanta. Come on. The stadium is nice. You can see it behind me. I'm going to give it to Atlanta on that one. Week 9, hosting the Chargers. No, definitely not. They will not win that game. 0. Moving on. Week 10 at Carolina. Okay. Is that a hot pick? Let's hear that hot pick.
Yeah, so this is a Thursday night game for Atlanta. Their only primetime game. It started with the Atlanta getting 3.5. It's moved around since then. I think it's back to 3.5. With the addition of Baker Mayfield and a healthy Christian McCaffrey, I do not see Atlanta faring well in this matchup, especially a primetime game. I don't think that they can do it, and I expect that Carolina covers.
Wow. Yeah, I tend to agree with most of what you're saying on that. I think Carolina is clearly a better team than Atlanta, and away is just going to make it even more. Still a 50-50, but I would pick Carolina to win and to cover on that game. Cool. All right, week 11. That's another 50-50. Chicago. They're going to host Chicago. It's a 50-50. Maybe I'll just give it to the home team. They both really seem like a toss-up to me. Unless Justin Fields can really ball out. I don't see where else it goes as much. But yeah, I would say Atlanta. What do you got on that one?
Yeah, I'll take Atlanta also. I actually had this at 0.25.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
0.75.
Taking Chicago. I'm taking Chicago.
I
have it at
okay.
0.25. Yeah,
Right.
I think that Chicago has a year of cohesiveness. I think that this game, especially, they've been beaten up at the beginning of this season. There's a lot of tough matchups there. I think Atlanta's just going to fall apart.
Okay. I guess I'm higher on, I don't know, Marcus Mariota. He might make a huge surge into greatness, and he's got Michael Pitts. Come on. Here I am, really championing the Birds. All right, week 12 at Washington. I give it a 2-5. Washington's not great, but this is at Washington, and the Falcons still are not that good. I think Washington has more of a balanced team. I think the defense could just make it a nightmare for them. Week 13 at Pittsburgh, or hosting Pittsburgh. I'm going to stick with a 2-5. Pittsburgh's just Tomlin and TJ Watt. It's just it's a very stable team. Like, they're just going to win 8 games, right? They're going to win 9 games maybe. It's just what they do. Even without Big Ben last year wasn't that great either way, so I think Trubisky can do okay. Week 14 is a bye. Week 15 at New Orleans. That's going to be another 0.2 or 25% for me. New Orleans is the better team. One's much more stable. Better last year. At Baltimore, 0. And as I look at it, Arizona, 0. And hosting Tampa Bay, 0. I think Arizona can be good. I think Baltimore is way too difficult that late in the season. And Tampa Bay is Tampa Bay. They have Tom Brady. So, what are we ending up at? Here we go. Let's see what our totals are, comparing it with Vegas odds and also Bill's total. Let's see it. Oh, Bill, look at us.
Right on it.
We didn't discuss this. I promise you. I just came up with these right now. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Definitely, they're going to have a tough season. That's for sure.
Definitely not high on them. No. But I like where we're lining up. I like this continuity. Couple of neighbors working it out together. Awesome. Yeah, they're first pick candidates, right? They don't have a stable answer at quarterback. The only stable position they have is tight end, and they literally might be the best team at tight end. Like, Michael Pitts is so good. He might be like Travis Kelce good next year, right? But you'd never know because who's throwing him the football, really? Marcus Mariota is a good cover. It's not like they're going into this season with with someone that's completely devoid of ability, or like just going with a 4th round, rookie or anything like that. But last year, they were 29th in offense, 26th in defense. I don't think their defense is getting any better, and I don't think their offense really got any better, and they're probably going to end up. The amount of wins they had is surprising considering how bad their ranks were, you know? I think that's a huge thing. So,
yeah, I would agree. I think next year, though, they have definitely a rebound. I think Marcus Mariota, as long as there isn't a QB change again next year, I think 1 year under his belt with the team, Pitts grows more. If they can add one more offensive wide receiver talent, I think that, especially with a weaker NFC South, they might have a chance to be in the middle of the pack there.
I think it would have been in their best interest to kind of reset this earlier, moving on from Matt Ryan a year earlier or maybe 2 years earlier. I think keeping a quarterback that is as good as Matt Ryan is, not saying he's the greatest, but he is good, it can keep your team at 7 wins and you just keep getting these like middle of the pack picks, and you're not moving on to your new quarterback and you're not trying to find something new. So I am a little worried about their organization, going forward in that way. It just sometimes teams spend so much time in that middle trying not to like fully move on, especially when they've had a good quarterback. And I feel like the Falcons are candidates for that. So sorry, Falcons fans, if you thought this was low. I wouldn't take anything on the Vegas odds. 0.75 wins, less than the odd. I wouldn't go under, really. I'm not that confident in it. It's just a couple slip-ups, maybe some good defensive play or a bad play by a other team's quarterback, But tell me what you think. 3.75, you think it's fair? You think it's too low? You think it's too high? If you thought it was too high, I'd be surprised, I think. But, tell us what you think. Write it in the comments. Write your prediction. You can do it yourself. You can pick between 0 to 5, 0.5, 0.75 wins, or if you think they're definitely going to win, you give it a full win. Go through to the teams yourself. And you can do the Falcons yourself. Come up with your own number and comment it down below. Thanks so much, and make sure to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.